drivers meeting.
Stream marche, est-ce qu'on m'entend? Allo, allo, allo?
Hello.
Hello guys.
Bah. Filtre. Allo, 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 allo. Là c'est bon, normalement. Moins 30. Moins 25. Allo? T'entends bien? Là normalement on m'entend parfaitement. Ok, on va faire comme ça. Nice. Et YouTube. Alors par contre, comment est-ce que je peux faire pour avoir les deux chats? Si je fais test ici et test là. Bon bah je crois que j'aurai pas le chat YouTube.
Those have been updated slightly for what your target starting time is and where you're going to be starting overall. So make sure that you go through there and take a look at that correctly. Anything on the qualifying time spent?
No, I just want to say, if you have not checked it yet, like Kyle said, you can find it in the race center. So log in into the Vsca paddock gate, go to Sports Car Championship, Race Center, and then Briefing. And then in Briefing, there is a section that says 24 hours of Daytona qualifying, where you see a list of all 55 cars and the min lap time and the max lap time that you need to have. Some lap time in between min and max time. For every car, it's listed there. So if anybody is unclear on that, please check that right now and make sure that you don't do the normal qualifying, but set a lap time within that range. If you end up on a wrong spot on the grid, for whatever reason, let's say you get off track on your lap or you set an incorrect lap time, then you will be required to start from the pits. So just a heads up, if you mess up qualifying and you're in the wrong spot on the grid, then you need to start from the pits.
Ok. Bizarre comme règle ça, mais bon on va faire avec.
Thing that we wanted to kind of remind everybody or kind of talk those who've been here around for multiple seasons. You guys actually going off track in terms of communication. You can send private messages to whoever you want via Discord, iRacing, anything like that. We're not saying you can't. Just limit how much you are, and we want to make sure that you're also doing it in a positive light. You know, if you're sending an apology or if you're saying, hey, sorry about that or anything like that, that's fine. Sarcastic remarks, blaming people for incidents, saying that it was stupid, that was a dumb move, anything like that, those are not needed, they're not warranted. You could be penalized for it if it's reported. You know, kind of the bottom line is just if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. That's just kind of keep it to yourself. We understand emotions run high, but we want this to be, make sure that we're doing this in a constructive, positive environment, kind of get away from that toxicity that we see in officials and everything. Additionally, when it comes to discussions between the races, one of the things that we want to emphasize and stress this year is we want to do the best, and we hope everybody also buys into this and agrees to it. The finger pointing of X class is doing this better or worse, and they're causing all the issues over Y class. You know, we've seen that in the past. That's not going to be beneficial for anything and anything that we've seen. Just, you know, it's as much as one entry or one car or one class might be doing something bad. I can tell from experience and from a objective position that the other classes are doing the exact same thing. So you might be affected by one class and you might not be causing a lot of issues, but others in your class or category of cars are causing issues for the other classes. So we're all in this together. We're all here to have fun. We're all here to enjoy it. Just know that everybody, you know, plays a collective role in what we do, and ultimately, at the end of the day, we can provide everybody with a area and a platform for good racing, but it's up to the drivers and the teams to determine how that racing is going to be. There's only so much that we can do. So that's the biggest thing that we have. Are there any last minute questions that anybody has before we get started with anything?
I
Before we get into the race?
Just real quick before we open up the questions, everybody, I have posted a picture in the Daytona text channel right now, 2025 RD1 Daytona. Just a reminder, do not use the blue button for car contact incidents. We will review proactively all car contact incidents after the race and race control. If you want to submit your own opinion about any car contact that you were involved in, please use the yellow button to submit a car contact statement. And for everything that's not car contact, use the blue button to file an incident report. Thank you. With that, we open up for questions.
Quick question.
Real quick, just I saw one come in. Min-max of random full course yellows? No, that is also random. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So for like in the event one of us sets an invalid lap during the qualifying session and then is relegated to the pit lane to start there, are we? I'm not sure how you have that set up, but are we required to let the entire field pass by, or are we just going to follow iRacing rules as soon as they release us from the pit lane?
The entire field. So
okay.
If you're a prototype, you gotta let the GTs go.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because there's been a bunch of controversy on that on the forums and stuff lately, so I just wanted to see where we were on that. Cool.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's just being safe. Last thing we want is a prototype coming out right in the middle of all the GTs starting.
Got it. Thanks.
We have only 50 seconds until qualifying. Any other urgent questions?
No.
Just one, Benjamin. The stop and go is, will you race control issue as iRacing penalty stop and go?
For
the start for the 183 that has a stop and go now at the start of the race.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
will issue that probably within a lap or two of the start. We just want to get the start going, make sure there's no issues, and then we'll issue it within the first few laps.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Good luck, everybody.
I'm confused. We have 10 minutes until qualifying.
Kyle. Kyle.
Yes.
On the original start, do you want us side by side, or do you want us not overlapping each other so there's this whole space? No, we're not going.
You can go side by side on the race start.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. We're not going anywhere in turn one, anyways. Just roll.
Need a clarification on yellow procedures. The regulations said that pacing would be done on the right-hand side of the track, but it also said that end-of-line penalties would be taken by pulling to the right-hand side of the track.
Correct. So if you have an end of line, catch the pacing line, and then just go slower and allow for a gap. And anybody behind should be having a command from iRacing to pass X car, and then they can pull out to the left and then go around you. So
Okay.
just go a little bit slower, and just if you're going there, don't drop extremely slow, extremely quick, but just make sure you kind of leave a little bit of a a decent gap to the car in front to allow for anybody who's passing you to just go around and pass you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Pardon me. Sorry.
I did have one comment. Just I would assume most people are aware, but just so everybody's aware, when you go into the fast lane of the pits, it seems that car contact gets re-enabled. Even when you come back in as well sometimes. So just don't hit people in the pits. Is my general note.
Yeah, and on that note, I mean, Daytona might be slightly different, but from what I know, pretty much every track is as soon as you leave the pit box area. So at Daytona, it would be the lighter gray concrete. As soon as you leave that and go into the darker gray asphalt of pit lane, car contact is usually re-enabled. If there's any cars that are ghosted, they'll still be ghosted until they remove any overlap or anything. But contact is full game in pit road, so make sure that you guys are just being cautious and aware of other cars that are around you.
And also on that note, as far as priority or right of way coming into the fast lane, if you don't have room to fully move your car over without making contact with someone in the fast lane, you have to go behind them, correct?
Yeah. So if you have overlap with anybody and you can't go over, then the car in the fast lane has right away.
Yep, cool. I just wanted to make sure everyone was cool on those rules. I don't see them written down anywhere.
Yep.
We had a question for the safety car. So if we are like P2 on the restart, if the first don't go on the restart, can we pass him or no?
If they don't go after the restart zone area, and then, or rather the last natural acceleration point, you're free to pass. So as soon as you get to the last natural acceleration point, the race is green and you're fine.
Okay, thank you.
And I saw in the rules that maybe a GT3 can be the leader. At the moment he pressed the gas, we can overtake him as soon as we came back on him. I mean, before the start-finish line.
You mean an LMP2 could be the leader?
A P2 or a GT3. For example, if a GT3 is the leader, on the restart, and you have, for example, 3 GTP behind, as soon as he presses the gas, can we overtake him, or do we have to wait or something?
Yeah, so as soon as you get past outside of the last natural acceleration point, the race is green.
Okay. The situation being explained also what happened. You're describing that prototypes will be behind GT3 cars, which will not be part of the full course yellow, so the classes will be split. So the GT3s will always be at the back of the field, unless there's any end of line.
Yeah, we had that issue last year, but not this year.
Yeah, or if there's a car that came into the pits, a prototype, and then they just, after the class sort came out, that's the only time that there'll be a GT or a prototype behind a GT car at the restarts. So other than that, you're fine. But again, it's as soon as you get to the last natural acceleration point and you pass that area, it's as if the race is green. You can do what you wish. So race is green, go right ahead.
All right, thank you.
The GT cars, remember, on the restarts, we go as one group. In the roar, the GT leader did not go. And so everybody did a good job behind them. Not run into each other, but just be aware.
Yep. And then last thing is just as a reminder on the race start, whoever's CT pole, I'm not sure who that car is off the top of my head, just make sure you leave
Ça va être
a
long.
gap to 5 to 10 second gap to the last car of the prototype.
Yeah, that's car number
also,
67.
Also, both prototypes and GTs, as a reminder for everybody, prototypes and GTs at the race start, we ignore the iRacing green flag. So prototypes as well, we ignore the iRacing green flag and you go on the leader of that start group when they go at start within the start zone. But if they don't go by the start finish line, then the race is green for that group.
T'as compris.
Awesome. So one thing that we will say, Ben, correct me if I'm wrong on this last minute, is because of the time of the 24-hour, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, we did this last year, the appeal window for the 24 hours is for the Daytona 24 hour is 12 hours. Sorry. Okay, I'm confused right now. The appeal window for the Daytona 24 hours is actually 24 hours, not 12. We did this last year, Ben. Please confirm if that is what we're doing again this year. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Because usually that appeal window will open up on Monday or Tuesday, just given the timing of everything.
Actually, I remember that we did that for Sebring, not for Daytona, because Sebring is finishing at a very inconvenient time for some.
Okay,
so
it's still 12 hours.
For this race, it's the normal 12 hours
Okay.
for appeals after the race.
Okay. So that's it. Unless everybody has anything else. Any other questions?
Quick question about the appeals. So you can only appeal something if you submitted a report about a contact, right?
No.
Can
I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead, Ben.
Okay, so car contact incidents are not reported anymore. You just submit your statement, what happened, what your version of the story is. Think of it like a witness report. Okay, it's not an incident report. You just submit a message to race control where you express what played into it, what your version of the story is. And then we will take it into consideration while we review the car contact incident proactively. Nobody should report car contact incidents anymore. We review all of them proactively after the race based on iRacing data. And for anything else, you can use the blue button to file incident reports. And some of those, not all of those, are subject to appeal. But car contact incidents can no longer be appealed. So submitting a car contact statement through the yellow button is your only chance to submit your voice and your opinion about a car contact incident.
Cool, sounds good, thanks.
Awesome. So, unless there's any last minute questions, good luck to everybody. And I think we have a minute left. If you guys want to go back out, you don't have to. But just good luck to everybody. Have a good 24. Have a good 2025 season. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
There's not like a YouTube stream with no commentary or anything, right?
Correct. We do not have.
Hey.
Hey. Feel okay about setting the qualifying time?
Yeah, should be fine.
I remember Sam last year said that we almost missed the time. It took a little bit longer than he thought to get going, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, hit the gas in the car, you know, lugs down kind of in the first. I mean, the car's changed now, but I went right as the time, I think it was 2:32. I think I hit the gas right there.
Yeah.
It took 3 seconds for me to cross.
Yeah, so
okay.
You probably want to start a little bit early, like a second early.
Or like maybe have the car like kind of slowly like already rolling, or something.
Yeah.
Moving.
So.
Okay.
And then just don't get an off track.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's.
How many laps do I have to do that?
You have 1.
Okay.
So don't go off. Otherwise,
yeah.
Start from the pit.
I'll try.
Is that like a legitimate issue now? Like this year, it's like.
Can anyone check my Twitch stream and tell me if it's working? I can see it's not, for some reason.
Been a while since I've been on Twitch. Jeez. Let's see. I gotta verify my identity.
I selected it. I have an ad.
Give me my money. Here we go for qualifying then.
Just shows offline with a black screen, but the time is going. So
That's weird.
no off tracks.
Yep.
Why do we have full fuel?
Because we don't really care.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Sponsors couldn't give us more money. That was essentially their official statement.
Yes. I need to up your sound on Discord.
Alright, Thomas, we're gonna slow down.
Yep.
He just flies across the line. I did it, guys! I did it! Pole position.
I mean, I would have.
And you're the only one that can see the time, right?
Yeah.
No, I can see it.
Oh, okay.
F1.
Oh, yeah.
332 minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so let's stop just short.
You want to keep rolling though, you don't want to come to a complete stop, or else it'll teleport you back to the pits.
I think it has scrutiny off. You're allowed to. Last year I came to a complete stop, and this year I think they answered that. But it looks like 12 seconds to go.
Yep. Don't worry, it's okay.
Still quick.
Almost a half second.
Yeah.
Okay. I wish we had an extra second, you know?
I mean, we should have an extra lap for people missing it.
Yeah, but if you
undershoot it
or undershoot, if you're too quick.
Oh yeah.
Or if you're too quick,